Assalamu alaikum. So I welcome you to this tutorial. So we need about 4.5 yards of fabric to achieve this. This material is usually by 60 inches. So the measurements you need to cut is the sleeve measurements, sleeve length measurements, and the length, the abaya length measurement. So I'll use one of this paper for the front piece and the other one for the back piece. So I'm making use of this before I cut it on the fabric so that you understand. So the length I'm working with is 58 and the wideness is 60 inches. So this material is usually by 60 inches. So you fold it into two in breadth. So you fold it should have about 30 inches. So and you confirm your length measurements when after folding it. So when folded, confirm your length measurement so that you ensure that you folded the right side. So you place it on each other, the front and the back piece. Then you measure this is the sleeve mouth part, the sleeve opening. So you measure sleeve opening. So this is the down part, measure 18 inches at the down part. Then you connect it to sleeve mouth part. So I measure 9 inches at the sleeve mouth part from up. So measure the neck. This part is neck area. So measure 4 inches for the breadth, the neck breadth, then 5 inches for the neck length. Then you connect like this. 4 by 5. So if I noisy mother, you can increase it by half inch on both sides. So at the back, measure 4 by 1.5. So this shoulder slant. So measure about 1.5, then you connect it like this. So I'll cut it out. Just follow the choking. So you cut it together. By the neck area, you cut only the front piece first. So this is the back piece I cut first. Don't cut it together. So then you cut the front piece. So it is as simple as this. So this is how it is. And for the sleeve, you can cut 12 by 12 inches. Just take the mini fabric, cut 12 inches by 12 inches. So you fold like this, then like this, then you fix it like this. So if you don't have enough cut, you can cut 6 by 12. So 6 will be for the length, while the 12 will be for the breadth. So and for the hijab, just note the wideness, the measurements of the neck after joining the abaya. So this will determine the wideness of the hijab at the down part. So at top, you measure the face opening, measure about 6 inches from down here. Then you connect like this, connect it from 6 inches to the face opening, then you cut the down part like this. You can see. So after cutting, you have something like this. So I'll notch this part and then I'm going to fix the cap. So it is as simple as this. So you fix it to the neck of the abaya. So okay, so this is the fabric that I'm making use of. So, I'm showing this part so that for beginners they will know how to measure it. So if you want to measure the front piece um and the back piece, just take your tape rule like this. Measure 30 inches times 4, that's 120 inches for both the front and the back piece. You measure the sleeve length measurements. So after measure the front piece length measurement, I folded it into two so that I have equal measurement for the back too. So I'll later split. So I split it into two. You can see one for the front and the other one for the back. So I folded it in white. You can see it. So after folding it, you should ensure that you confirm your length measurement to ensure that you folded the right side. So the length measurement I'm working is 58 plus 2 inches, that's 60 inches. So I didn't bother to cut any out. So the length of the material is usually by 60 inches. So you can cut out if you are working with lesser length. Just add 2 inches for the length. So the down part I measure 18 inches. Then this is the sleeve mat area. I measure 9 inches here. So I measure 9 inches here. So this is the sleeve mat part. So next step for me is to connect the from the sleeve mat to the 18 inches. I measure down. You can see the way I connected it. So for the neck area, I measure 4 inches here. The neck breadth, the length, I measure 5 inches. So if you want, for nursing mother, you can increase it, or if you want the neck to be wide, than this, you can increase it by an inch on both sides so that you have wider neck. I measured two, 1.5 for the shoulder slant, 1.5 to 2 inches depending. So I measure 1.5 at that edge and I use it to make my shoulder slant. So this is what we have. So I'll cut it. So don't mistakenly cut it with the back neck. Because the back length, I measure 1.5 inches for the back neck. Both have the back neck breadth, the same back neck breadth, but the length of both is different. So back length for the back piece is a 1.5, while for the front is 5 inches. So the shoulder slant equals both the front and the back together. You can see. So I cut, just follow the choking from the 18 inches I measure at down. So I cut it. So this is what I have when open. So I'm going to stitch this part, the shoulder slant, the shoulder area. You can see this for the front and the back. For the hijab, I cut out 20 inches by 40 inches from the remaining fabric, so I folded it into two. So you can see this side is folded. and this side is open area. So after that, you measure your face opening. I measured 12 inches. So for the face opening, I measured 12 inches. So from down, I measure 6 inches from down like this. I measure 6 inches. Then I connect like this just to curve the down part. So this is where I'm going to attach to the abaya. This is the down part. So I'm going to attach it to the down part, in the neck area of the abaya. Then I connect it like this. Consider the way I connected this. Then it's shaped like this. So this is what I'll cut out. Mhm. So this is how I chop. Please, so I'll notch this side too. Very charming. So this is the face opening. I'm going to put the cap, face opening and say it. So I hope one should have something like this. So this was the cap. So you can measure 7, I think 7 1/4, maybe about 14 inches by 8 inches. 14 by 8. They fold in breadth, then in length too. So I want to cut out the cap. So measure 3 inches at this area. Then I cuff it so that an inch dimension at that part. So I want to measure 1 inch, an inch from here. Then I cuff it. So I'm doing this so that I will have firm cap when I put it on. So I notch this part. So this is what I have. So this is the cap. I have one stitch on it. So I fixed it to the hijab. This is the face opening. Let the notch on the hijab and the notch on the cap align. They secure with pin. Then you run a stitch on it like this. You can see. So for beginner, I can start from the middle to one edge, from the middle again to the other edge. So I can decide to do it the way I'm doing it. Please wash at least twice before you ask question. So if you don't understand, you can ask. So as to clarify it. So if you have question, feel free to write. But before asking question, make sure you watch at least twice. Watch the video very well before you ask. question, please. So this is the first opening. So I stitch this side. So this is our hijab. You can see how easy it is. So next thing for us to do now is to can overlock this side and fold it down part of the face area. You can see overlock it. There you fold like this. The stitch. So this is the down part that will fit on the neck part of the abaya. So this for the pockets. I measure 8 by 10 inches for the pocket. I cut 2 pieces. I fold like this. Run your stitch on it like this. Then I'll put the trimmings like this. After stitching it, then you stitch your trimmings to the pocket. And for this hijab, so the center here, so let it will be at the center. The joining at the front part, let's to be at the center back. Center front to be aligned at the center back. So measure 6 inches on both sides, making 12 inches. Take your staple, measure 6, put 6 inches at the center of the hijab, then you notch. So that means you measure 6 inches on both sides. So the remaining part, I'm going to fold. You fold like this. You fold. That's where I'm going to attach my trimmings. Just small folding like this. Then I'll attach my trimmings to this part. I see that I've notched it, so measure 12 inches at the back area. So this is what I have. So this 12 inches area dimension that I left unfold. Then you put your trimmings like this. So this is for the child. Consider I've stitched the trimmings to the chop, and this part I'm going to attach it to the abaya. So for the pocket, you can see it, I've done that already. So I'm going to stitch, just one stitch on it